and welcome to the Easily Excitable podcast. My name is Top, and with me this week is Andres. Hey man, how's it going?
Hey, Topham. It is going awesome. I am excited for Christmas. I know this won't come out by that time, probably, but I love
No,
Christmas.
it won't. Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it too. There's quite a lot going on here. The day we're recording this, we're not far from Christmas, but this is coming out, I think, like 2 weeks after.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, no. I've got to think things through as to when things are coming out, but yeah, I think it's 2 weeks from now. And yeah, it should have been a good time. I should have enjoyed everything that's going on, but who knows until afterwards. But there's been other things that are going on that are preoccupying my brain, I guess, over Christmas. I've got everything prepared and ready as much as I could, which is good and exciting. I need to go and get a haircut because my hair is quite wild right now.
I was going to say, it looks long. I mean, I know nobody can see it, but it's longer than it usually is.
Yes, yeah, so I'm going to go get that trimmed before actual Christmas. I have an appointment booked and everything, so that's exciting. And yeah, I've got other stuff to do as well, because over the last few days, my work permit has come through, as well as my travel permit and social security number. So now I can find a job, but I can also get a driving license, get a bank account, get a car, and just have a good time being here. And just, start, just being able to do things, move around freely, hopefully, if I can get a car and pass a driving test. Obviously, that means I've got to learn all the stuff about a driving test, and, I've started uploading my CV to places, or resume to places.
Mm-hmm.
So, things are happening for, what feels like the first time in forever. Because, I've been here 7 months. And, yeah, now I've finally got approval to work. I've got to try and find something that's good. But there's kind of no point having a job if I can't get to it. So,
yeah,
that's why a car and a driving license is kind of important for me right now.
That's so exciting, though, man. I remember whenever you guys were here not too long ago, it was that was the main topic of discussion. It's all right, when is this going to happen? It's probably in the mail by now, but it's probably not. It's like Schrodinger's envelope. It's there when you're not there, and as soon as you arrive, it's gone.
Yeah, so, look through it all. Everything's good. Everything's here. So I'm just, once the bank's open tomorrow, I think I'm going to be first in line to open a bank account tomorrow. Yeah. And then I can just transfer some money over. I need to get a credit card at some point as well. And just figure all that stuff out as well. And it's just exciting and fun that I get to do, what seem like relatively normal things. But, it's been a while.
It's like adulting all over again. You've already done it once.
Know, right?
Now you just got to do it again.
Yeah. So, it's all exciting. It's all fun. I kind of have an idea of what kind of job I want to do, but at the same time I'm I'll just take kind of anything in the field that I was in before, and hopefully it'll lead somewhere or just get me some money in my pocket, so
oh yeah, man,
we can have a more comfortable life, I guess, and just be able to do the things that we want to do.
That would be exciting. I'm so excited for you. Rachel messaged us about it, and I was just yo, I did a Showbon run, which, I mean, I don't run, so I was just so excited. Yeah. I mean, because I know that you guys have been not going through, but just dealing with this for the past, what, you said 7 months you've been here?
Yeah, 7 months.
It's just it's all a waiting game, and the worst part is that it's all a waiting game.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I'm glad that I've got this bit of paperwork. I've still got to get my green card, which is permanent residency stuff. I think the first one's a 2-year card, and then it's a permanent from there.
Nice.
And so that's all still to come, but these are the first steps that I need to have done, and yeah, now I'm able to actually do stuff and contribute. It feels good. Feels exciting. So
it's good, man. It really must. I'm genuinely so happy for you guys. I'm happy for you because Rachel, it's going to be this huge stress relief off of her as well. And I know, and I love
Yes.
Rachel, and it's just like I'm so glad that that's gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Because now it should be contributing, and yeah, should be good. Should be good. And yeah, what else has been going on? Right. Rachel and I went and saw Star Wars today. We're not going to talk about the new Star Wars film.
Yeah,
Um, you haven't seen it, so there's no point me having a one-sided
yeah.
non-conversation about it.
It's terrible because we had my company's Christmas party on Friday night,
Hmm.
and the vice president of sales is the one who usually talks and like does small anecdotes and jokes, and he gets up on stage and he's like, "All right," and he's like, the dude's got to be like late 50s, early 60s. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm terrible at aging people whenever it comes to seeing them, but
Yeah.
he like gets up on stage. He's like, "All right, how many of y'all have seen the new Star Wars movie?" And I'm just like, "Oh, please don't, please don't." And he's like, "Yeah, we went to go see it last night." And he starts. I'm not going to even say what he says, but he starts just putting fake spoilers out there.
Oh,
Like
right,
it's so
okay.
fantastic that you're like, "There's no way that that happens." Like he says certain things, and I'm like, "The timeline in Star Wars does not line up for that, sir." And I'm just like, "Shut up! Just don't even talk about it." Because like, I'm not the person who's going to be like, "Oh, you spoiled it. Now it's ruined completely." Like I'll still go watch the movie, but
Yeah.
I don't even want to know like fake spoilers.
Yeah, yeah, I'm exactly like that. Like, I don't want to know who's there at the end. I don't want
Yeah,
to know who's there. Yeah, I don't want to know, like, obviously, like, how they got there. I don't want to know, like, minor plot details. I don't want to know whether people think it's good or bad, either.
I'm the same
Like,
way. Like I've been seeing people who are like, "Here's my review," and I'm just like, I'm gonna avoid that because I don't want to know even a slight spoiler. Like
yeah.
what was it? Episode 7, you know, was spoiled for me the night I was gonna go watch it, and I was just
Oh,
like, fine, it is what it is. It's whatever.
yeah.
And this one so far, I'm gonna knock on some wood here, but it's
Mm-hmm.
we've been good so far, and I think part
Yeah.
of it is anytime I see anything Star Wars on Facebook, I just keep scrolling. I don't even stop.
Yep.
And I've
Mm-hmm.
muted
That's
Star
what I do.
Wars and I've muted a bunch of words on Twitter, so
Yeah.
it should be fine.
Yeah, I think the only Star Wars post I've like seen is Meg saying I went into the cinema and had my hands over my ears until I sat down. I'm like, okay, that's an acceptable Star Wars tweet.
Yeah,
And so yeah, saw that and I was like, okay, right, that's fine. I'm glad that's the only Star Wars tweet I've seen. And now I've seen it. I'm like, I don't really know if I want to go, and I don't really care for anyone's opinions other than my friends. And you know, I went and
yeah,
saw it with Rachel, and so I can talk to talk about it to her. And then like once you've seen it, then I can talk to you about it. But yeah, I'm not really interested in like going and reading reviews or anything because like I don't want it to not even like color my impression of things like that. Just I don't see any value in it because I've seen the film, so I don't need to see a review of it.
yeah.
But yeah. Oh well. Still speaking of Star Wars though, you've been playing some games.
I have. I actually was playing it for 5 hours today before you and I started recording. So like I
Nice.
said, Friday was my Christmas or my company's Christmas party, and
Yeah.
they give away stuff, and I won a pair of Beats headphones and some other stuff,
Hmm.
and we won $100 gift card to some movie theater called iPick. Apparently, this movie
Hmm.
theater is crazy. It's like $26 per ticket, and that's just the ticket.
Oh,
And I was
nice.
like, this is some fancy stuff.
Hmm.
But one of my coworkers, a sales rep, his name is Gary. He won an Xbox One X, and it's the one that doesn't have a
Oh.
disk drive. And
Ah.
he was like, I already have a PlayStation, and that's really all I use. And I'm not going to buy games for this and for that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I mean, you can always sell it. That's worth at least $300 to someone. And I told him, but the
Hmm.
game that's in that bundle, which was Star Wars Fallen Order, I said that's a
Yeah.
really good looking game, man. And like it's one that it's on my Christmas list. And he goes, oh,
Hmm.
do you want it? Because I'm not gonna play it. I only play first person shooters. And I was like, nah, this guy's crazy. He's not gonna give me this actual game. Freaking yesterday morning, I get an email to
Uh-huh.
my company email, and it's from Gary, and it says, "Hey man, Merry Christmas," and he just sent me the code for the game.
Oh, nice.
So I've been playing that ever since, and like, it's a lot of fun, man. And it plays a bit. I've never played the Dark Souls, but I've played
Oh,
like the Surge and things like that, and
yes.
it plays kind of like that, where like it's a lot about
Hmm.
evading, blocking, parrying at the right time, and then getting in those couple hits, and then backing off and doing it
Yes.
again.
Hmm.
Like you don't feel like a Jedi master. You feel just like someone who has a connection to the Force, but had to sever it because it's all based post Purge. So after
Okay.
Order 66, and before the original trilogy.
Yes.
I can
Yeah.
time it more. I think it's actually before Rogue One, even. So like which I mean, Rogue One is essentially we stole the plans, then the next movie starts. But like,
Yes. Yeah. There's no space in time
right.
where anything can really succeed
Hmm.
Rogue One other than Episode 4.
Yeah.
So
And so, there's characters in it that you might recognize if you're a fan of the series and know little things. And like I said, without giving too much away, it's so much fun, man. And I got super
yeah.
frustrated because I don't like
Hmm.
games where it's like, hey, I'm going to be mean to you and I'm going to do you dirty, and you're just going to have to learn. Because
Hmm.
I just want to play the game and have fun, but I'm realizing more and more as I play it that games like that are challenging for a reason. You get that sense of
Yeah.
accomplishment whenever you finally defeat that
Hmm.
boss.
Yeah. Hmm.
And so
Yeah.
I'm starting to kind of like it. And I realize maybe I should play Dark Souls. And then I'm like, no, I'm not
Yeah, I
going to do
learned
that.
that 8 years ago when I played Dark Souls, so I'm like, that kind of game.
Yeah, man.
But it kind of wears off after a while, so you kind of got to find something else that's enjoyable.
Yeah. I would
But
say like, I'm not going to give it it's an 8 out of 10 game, but it's
yeah.
$60 right now, or
Hmm.
65 here in Texas with taxes. I
Hmm.
don't think it's maybe worth that. It's probably $40. Like, so
Hmm.
far I've gotten $40 out of enjoyment out of it, and I don't know how far I am in the game. I just know that I've been to a couple planets and explored some. It's I mean, it's a dungeon, dungeon crawler essentially.
Yeah,
But
I think
it's
that's like the same for me. Like if I find a game I enjoy, I would tell people how much I would pay for it,
mhm,
not how much I did pay for it. Like
yeah,
just I think it's worth this much,
yeah,
but you know, it's I don't know. I could say that about Destiny. Like that's free now, but yeah, I don't know. I'd pay money for it because it's so good, but you know, it is free. Like that's mental.
mhm.
Anyway, I could just pontificate on that for ages, but I'm not going to.
But yeah, man, it's a fun game, and if you can find it on sale, I mean, Christmas is coming up, and then there's gonna be a bunch of sales.
Yeah, the Steam sale's on already, so
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh, that's right. I totally forgot the
wanna,
Steam Winter Sale is on.
yeah.
Whenever the
So,
sales come up, I usually go and I'll buy like $1 or $2 games for my friends and just send it to them. And the last
hmm.
time there was a Steam sale that I did this, I sent my friend a game called "There's Poop in My Soup," and it's just a dumb game
That's
about
weird.
throwing poop at somebody and trying to get it in their soup.
Oh,
And he
that's
was
funny.
like, "This cost 75 cents. Why did you buy it for me?" And then he could not stop playing it.
Nice, nice. I got my Secret Santa gifts for the Good Guy Gamers yesterday because the guy that drew me is traveling over to the States to pick up his girlfriend because she's moving to Scotland. And yeah, he sent me a bunch of like cheap games that were on my wish list, and I was just like, yeah, little puzzle games to play. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into them. But there's so many like little games that I'm just like, oh, that'd be cool, that'd be fun to play. And just it's a
That's
good time.
rad, man. My Secret Santa at work got me a cookbook, and then she was upset
Uh-huh.
with me. She goes, "You literally just put things you wanted on your list," and I was like, "Yeah, that's isn't that the point?"
Yeah, that's a wish
She was
list.
like, "You didn't give me any room to like experiment and get you stuff." I put a book that I wanted on my wish list, and I put Fallout,
Hmm.
Coheed and Cambria stuff, and like I put a bunch of stuff, and she's like, "Well, I couldn't find anything." I'm like, "That's not my problem. That's your problem."
I couldn't deviate from your list. Ugh.
Yeah, I was like, come on. And then she had been telling me earlier in the week, she was like, she sneakily found different things that I might be interested in. And she's like, why didn't you put alcohol on your list? Maybe your Secret Santa would, get you a bottle of something. And I was like, I don't really drink. So there would be no point.
Can't remember what I wanted to say next. Oh no. Something about Secret Santa. You said something about something, and now my brain's like, oh no, what were you gonna say or ask? Oh well. What did you say about Secret Santa? What kind of things? Oh, cookbooks.
Yeah.
So that's what I wanted to go into next, right? So this will come out. This has come out a week after I've done my list of goals for 2020, and I have a few ideas on them. And one of the things I want to do in 2020 is just start writing down things I cook. So try and improve the cooking that I'm doing and make things more interesting and flavorful. And I finished reading Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat, which taught me a bunch of stuff.
Such a good book
in general. Yeah, and now I'm just I want to try and create things that I enjoy eating, and try and figure out spice combinations and things like that, so that I can just go into the kitchen and be like, this is what I want today. This is what I'm going to make. This is how I'm going to make it. And just understand where things need to happen so that I can create these things. And then by the end of the year, I hope to have a book or so or something like that of recipes and stuff that I've made over the year. Maybe just try to make one a week or something.
That would be really cool.
End up with a bunch of new recipes and things that I've thought of, and different ways to prepare different vegetables. Given that I'm a vegetarian, I've got to kind of try and find variants in the styles of things I cook rather than the things I actually rather than the ingredients.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I do like variety in vegetables, but there's only, if you stick to one style of cuisine, there's only so many ways you can cook it. But you can also, if you eat meat, you can pair it with simple things with chicken or steak or other animals that I can't remember what their cooked forms are called. And so
really
I've really got to think of what I can do and how I can make things interesting. And I like flavorful food that's got different herbs and spices in it, and I just want to be able to cook better in that way. And I've kind of got to just trust myself to be able to cook something that's going to be tasty, and just have a good time with it. So that's one of my goals for the year, is to try and come up with a few new recipes for things that I like eating, even if they're rubbish. It doesn't matter, I've tried.
Well,
I made a curry from scratch the other day, and it came out pretty well. It was missing a few depth of flavor, spices, herbs, but the fundamentals of it was good. So I was happy with how it came out. In general, I just want to work on that. I know what I did, I wrote it down, so I know what I've got to improve. And I wanted the potatoes to be have all of the stuff in them, have all the herbs and spices soaked through them first. So I'd probably have added them in earlier in the cooking, so I need to change that in what I've written. So I know what I want to do, and I have the scientific know-how to put together experiments in the kitchen. And so I'm just 2020 is going to be a year of cooking and having fun in the kitchen.
That's really
And then
cool.
there's some fitness things I want to do, but yeah. Is there anything in 2020 that you're kind of looking forward to or looking to do?
Well, so I want to. I love cooking. I think everybody knows this. I always talk about it in almost everything I do. But what I want to start doing in 2020 is I want to start making sausage. So I've talked to Leonard, the owner at Truth Barbecue. I've talked to my brother-in-law, who is the executive chef at a steakhouse, and I've talked to a lot of different people about making sausages and things like that. and I got the tools for it, and I was gonna start this year, and then my tools messed up, and I have to send them back to the manufacturer, and they're like, it's gonna cost $30 to replace it, and I was like, $30? That's nothing compared to how much this actual sausage maker costs. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have that sent back, but I want to do more than just cooking. Like I have a
Hmm.
friend who her dad owns a barbecue place that's a 5 minute drive from me, and I
Yeah.
asked them a while back ago if they make their own sausage in house, and they told me no, we buy it from a distributor. And I thought, man, how
Oh.
cool would it be if I could make sausage and sell it to them on, like not a regular basis, but like, hey, this week we have, chorizo from this local supplier,
Hmm.
or
Yeah.
just even, I don't know, something like that. I want to do more than just cook food. I want to create food that can be cooked later for people, and
Yeah.
I also want to work on making herb butter. So like have rosemary and thyme infused in butter and stuff like that. Because like that's
Hmm.
that's the cool stuff that I like about cooking. I mean, yeah, cooking's great, but essentially all you're doing is just adding ingredients together. I want to create ingredients to add to food. This sounds more complex than I
Yes.
actually think it might be.
Yeah. 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 No, I understand what you're saying. Like, I have a business idea. I think I've talked it through with you
Mm-hmm.
before. I think when I was actually in Texas when we
Yep.
were catching up, I was like, "Here's my idea." um, so like, I understand what you're saying. You're just like, oh yeah, if I can get my business idea off the ground, I'd want to supply like local businesses and just be like,
Mm-hmm.
look, this is the kind of thing that I do. So let's see if I can help you out with this, and just yeah, have some fun there and just try and give back to the local community in some way, in a way
Yeah.
that like what I feel passionate about, I can assist with. Like, you're obviously passionate about doing that kind of thing, so
Mm-hmm.
you'd be giving back by supplying food to places that sell food.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So I'm just like, yeah, you know, it's exciting times, but right now I'm just sitting here. I'm like, I've got the capability to work, and I just want to get like a simple job first, and then like work up from there. That's like obviously getting a job is like one of the goals for 2020, and just like if it wasn't, something's going wrong in it.
Yeah,
Just
definitely. It's like, no, I don't really want a job in 2020. I just want to coast.
oh man, that'd be so bad. I'm so like. I'm so glad that all this paperwork's come through, and I'm like so glad that I'm like I will have not purpose and meaning, but like something to do.
It's a sense of providing. Like there was a point in time when I didn't have a job for I think it was like 2 months, and I was miserable, man. Like people think, oh, if you have enough money saved away where you can survive for that time, like you'll be fine. It's like, no, man. I was bored. I didn't know what
Yeah,
to do
that's
with
it's not.
myself.
Yeah, it's not really how it works, is it?
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I love playing video games, but I'm not gonna play video games all day just doing nothing.
That's kind of what I've been doing, but that's only because I haven't. Like, I couldn't
Hmm.
search for a job because if I were to like get paid for something and it was found out, they'd be like, "Boot, out you go," and
Yep.
I'd be like,
The good thing is that
not
you have your
really."
your music to do as well. Because I know on Wednesdays you go play with people, don't you?
Yeah, I've started playing on Wednesdays. I think we're moving it to Sundays,
Mm.
like in the new year.
Hmm.
And we're just we've got another guitarist joining us soon, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We're coming up with some music that sounds pretty good to my ear, but my ear is a bit. I'm not going to say different to other people's. Like a lot of the things I've written, I'm just like, oh yeah, I'll play this. And the drummer's like, I'll listen to it a few times through because it's definitely not in standard time. So I'm just like, I've done something here. So I'm just like, oh, this sounds good to me, but it's like these wacky odd riffs that are just in odd time signatures. And he's like, but we're just a simple punk band. I'm just like, it's just the two of us right now, so well, whatever I play.
This is as punk as it gets. There's just two of us.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have another guitarist soon, and then like with another guitarist that's going to be like able to play and immediately like give me feedback on what we're doing and like whether we're working together or not. Like that'll be valuable because it'll immediately be able to like figure out if there's like decent harmonies we can do and
Hmm.
just give me thoughts and alternate ways around to think about things. So yeah, I haven't prepared my. Oh, never mind. My journal that I'm going to do will be out of all the songs I did in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's quite a few. There's probably about 10 or so. There might be more than that. I'm not 100%, but
that's a good amount.
I'm hoping to have a list of songs that I've put together this year, and I started sending stuff to Spencer, and I was like, "Here's this stuff," and then within a few weeks, I was playing with this guy locally, this drummer, and so I'm like, I've spoken to Spencer that one's going to be out way before this one. And I'm just like, I did all this stuff and I sent it to you, and then I found a band to join. So we just talked it through, and I was like, okay, cool. Things are all right. I'm just repurposing some of those riffs that I sent across. And luckily, Spencer hadn't. I don't mean this in the way I'm going to say it. I mean, Spencer hadn't contributed anything initially. I was going to clean up all the takes and everything and then send it over to him, get it recorded through microphone, through an amp, but I didn't, so now I'm just using those in the band I'm in at the moment, and we seem to be doing well with them. Maybe some of those ideas haven't stuck, so I need to kind of review the ones that I did send to Spencer and see if I can work with them a little more to actually keep them separate, so I do have stuff to work with Spencer and stuff I have to work here, and I'm trying to figure out what date this would come out and whether this would be so this will come out after I've done another Game of Band song, and the Game of Band song that's coming out, I only got put in the group today, so I've got 2 weeks to work on the song, so this it's all going to be weird, but the song has to be 30 seconds at maximum.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got to figure out how to do all the music in 30 seconds and make it catchy and enjoyable. I did one before that needed to be under a minute, and we ended up with a 40. I was either 42 or 47 seconds. And,
that's interesting. I didn't realize that the songs were that short.
It's only for those rounds. There's specific limits on it, and then there's another one I did that was a move the two that I've done recently, one was 3 minutes, the other one was 4.5, and one was a soft rocky kind of ballad song, the other one was a Iron Maiden style heavy metal song, so there's some variety there.
Yeah, that's really cool.
But I this time the limitation is that it's 30 seconds, so I'm looking forward to what we come up with. The one that I did that was a minute was, I don't know how long ago that was, that might have been about 4 years ago. And the song was called Neither Will I as well. I know it, I remember it, because it's one of the, not oddest songs I did, but at the time I was mostly writing rock and hard rock, and the guy comes, the singer comes along, he's like, I typically rap, and I'm just oh no, I am not ready for this. So that was a good challenge, and now I'm just I kind of want to do something synthy and and poppy, and just see what I can do with that. But I'm hoping for more challenges in music next year, not necessarily sticking to just doing rock and hard rock, metal kind of stuff, and just try and write music that just appeals to people. And there's just there's a lot to think about, a lot to do, but music's fun, isn't it? So I want to try and do so many different kinds of music. I know I like music, obviously. That's the thing to do, isn't it? Just variety is the key, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I know I say this all the time, but I just love whenever I hear you say "in it," because it's a absolutely top-em thing to hear for me. Because I really don't hear anybody else say it, so anytime I think of "in it," I immediately think about you, and it makes me happy.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to I'm wondering if it'll be here by this point. I want to talk about the gift that I got Hannah for Christmas. At least before she gets here, because we're recording and she's at work right now. But so I got her favorite artist is this guy named Stanley Lau. I think he's from Hong Kong. He goes by the name Art Germ. And I went to Barnes and Noble and I found his poster portfolio. And we were there looking just for gifts for my Secret Santa at work, and I saw it, and I was like, this is the only one here. And Hannah's shopping with me, so I have to figure out how to sneak this through Barnes and Noble and get it into my own car without Hannah realizing. And I was just like, there's no way that's going to happen. She's way too smart, and I can't do that. So I told her, I was like, close your eyes. I lied to her. I had bought her initial gift like a week before, but I'm not sure if it's going to arrive. It's saying it's going to arrive on the 24th, which is in 2 days. Whether that happens or not, who knows? But I wanted her to have something for Christmas. So I bought her this poster set, and I told her, I was like, if you want this for Christmas, I'll buy it for you. But, if not, I'll figure something else out. And she was like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever. It's got like 20 posters in it, and she can frame them and put them all over the apartment. Favorite artist, I was like, can't go wrong. But I say that to say this. The actual gift that I got her, it was last year or maybe the year before, Coheed and Cambria came out with their Unheavenly Creatures album. It's Vaxis is part 1 of 5. Can you believe that?
Oh my God.
And it came with a mask, which is the mask of one of the main characters. And it says, call your mother. It's supposed to be scary. They're bank robbers. Well, his partner's mask, who is Sister Spider, came out. And initially I didn't have money to because I had to pay rent. I was like, I'll buy it next paycheck. And I bought it, and I told Hannah, I was like, they're sold out. It's completely sold out. There's no way you can get it. Because I don't want her to go and buy it for herself.
Yeah.
And Hannah's not the type of person to go and check. If I tell her that it's sold out, she's not going to go look for it.
Okay.
But I'm really hoping that this Christmas gift gets here on the 24th, because I bought it, and for a full week it wasn't even processed.
Oh.
And I emailed them on Thursday, and I was like, hey, so what the heck? I was trying to get this for Christmas, and they're like, we're going as quick as we can. Sorry, we're going to try and get it out to you. So, man, I'm crossing my fingers and hoping by the time that this is put on YouTube, she'll have it. But it's just like, I want her to unwrap something.
Yeah. Cool.
I don't know. What's on your Christmas list? Like, do you have anything that you like, aside from, Social Security card, the right to work, the right to get a driver's license? Like, what is on your Christmas list, Topham?
That stuff's nice. I don't really know. Like, I've been so preoccupied that I'm just like, I just wanted that stuff to come through so that I can have a bank account, so I can buy stuff on my own. And I don't know, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard for me to like kind of process and like think what kind of stuff I want, because like I have lists and lists of things that I want, but they're like, once I've got a job, I want to build a new computer, and I want to get a new, not necessarily a new guitar, but maybe some amps and some effects pedals and new audio interface. Actually, I'm going to buy a new audio interface like in the after Christmas sales, because my parents gave me money for my birthday, which was a few days ago.
Yeah.
And so like that money's there. That's what I'm going to spend that on. I just want music gear, and like it's not necessarily all that as well. Like there's a bunch of other things as well that I noted down. I have no idea what I'm getting around for. But, I just and I have like loads of little books around the place. I've got 2 sitting on this sofa with me, and like I have loads of little notebooks that I just note things down in, and I like making notes. I have some nice pens, so like just new notebooks and things like that, just fun things for me to just use and keep myself organised. And I don't know, it's just I'm kind of I don't know what to say really. I'm just not, I don't want to say I'm not interested in anything. I'm just far more interested at Christmas time in getting people gifts that I hope they'll enjoy. Like, just, I don't know, it's just a sentiment that I'm just like, okay, I'm kind of, I kind of care more about my birthday when people are getting me things, because that is just for me. But it's also like that's just something that I've had to deal with because my birthday's so close to Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Like there needs to be some separation for me, and it's always hard to try and be like, yeah, it's my birthday. Like, especially when like people are like, well, like a few years ago when I was working in the UK, the Christmas parties like always fell on my birthday, so I was like, oh, I can't really celebrate my birthday.
I never even
This year,
thought about
like,
that.
Rachel's Christmas party fell on my birthday, so we celebrated it like a few days, my birthday, like over the weekend, and just like had a good time, went out for a meal and everything. But it's just like, yeah, like, and when I was back in the UK, we never decorated the tree until after my birthday and things like that, and just like, but I just like the attention being paid on my birthday around me, and then like Christmas, it's not that I don't care for it, I care for other people having a good time on Christmas. For me, it's just, yeah, I've already done my thing this month, so like, why do I need more attention or anything? So I don't know, I don't know.
No, I totally get
struggle
that.
with things like that. So
yeah, like, so, you know, Hannah, my parents, my sister, everybody, they always ask me, like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? And I'm always like, I don't know, nothing. Because I'm really bad about buying the things that I want for myself. I really leave little to no room for people to buy me gifts because, one, it feels kind of bad, or not bad, but just weird receiving gifts from people. Because in my head, I'm like, I don't deserve this. Don't be nice to me.
Yeah.
But, you know, and that's part of like my whole imposter syndrome, where I'm just like, I don't deserve nice things. But I'm trying to get better about, you know, understanding that not only do I deserve nice things, but I should just learn to accept that, you know, people are going to be nice and all that jazz. Like Hannah will tell me all the time, she's like, you're cute. And I'm just like, no, I'm not. Stop it. And she's like, I'm going to hit you. But, like, this year, I really didn't put anything on my list. My most important thing was to go get my niece and nephew their gifts. So, like, my niece, she's what, 7, I think? And she's really gotten into what's called, like, these, it's the American Girl dolls. And they're, like, dolls from, like, different decades, and you can even make custom ones. And my sister and I, we went to this store here in Houston, and they have a backpack for you to carry the doll in. And I was like, I'm going to get her that, because if she's walking around with it and, you know, let's say it's rainy and she slips and falls and that doll gets dirty, that's an expensive doll, you know, and it's like her favorite thing in the world right now. So I'd feel bad if she got, you know, like mud on it or something. And I thought, oh, if I get her the backpack, she'll never have to worry about that. And my sister was like, that's crazy, because that's exactly what she asked for. And I was like, nailed it, first try. And we, you know, my nephew, he's big on Thomas the Tank Engine and like Spider-Man. So we got him a Spider-Man book and some Thomas the Tank Engine stuff. And I know he'll go crazy for that. Like, and my niece and nephew, they don't ask for anything. They're just like, whatever, you know, we don't really care. So they're good kids, and it makes me want to spoil them even more.
Yeah, nice.
And then my dad, he's like, he's classic, like, I don't need anything from my family because, you know, blah, 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 I'm the dad. It's like, no, man. Like, I'm going to get him coffee, because I know he'll take that, and he'll be like, all right, that's a good gift.
Nice.
But yeah.
Yeah. It took me a while to figure out what I was going to get my family, but, you know, I think I only really thought about one gift, so oh well, doesn't matter. Hopefully everything will have got there by now. Who knows?
Cross his fingers.
But yeah, cool. Well, I think we'll wrap it up here, and I'll say to you, I wish you a Merry Christmas. I hope it's wonderful. You just get to spend time with your family.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is going to be our first Christmas, I think, in 2 years that we stay here in Houston.
Oh, nice.
It'll be nice, man. And I wish you a Merry Christmas, you and Rachel and all of her family and your family overseas and everything. And everybody listening to this, even though it'll be after Christmas.
Yeah. I know, right? And yeah, I guess Happy New Year as well.
Yeah.
We have gone by crazy. So yeah, thank you very much for being my guest this week.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. I'm always happy. I'm glad that this time we didn't go to the hour mark, because you and I,
I know.
talk people's ears off.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh well, it's fine. So yeah, thank you everyone for listening. Have an excellent week. You're all my favourites. Goodbye.
Bye, friends.